realize the consequences of its choices, the world plunged further into darkness. Struggling for dwindling resources, nations turned on one another, igniting conflicts that spanned the globe. Nations once bound by diplomacy now resorted to violence, their thirst for power obscuring the very essence of cooperation. In the wake of societal breakdown, businesses devolved into ruthless pirates, seizing whatever they could lay their hands on. The quest for survival mutated into a scramble for dominance, leaving morality far behind. Pathological acquisition allowed idiot mountebanks to rise to national leadership, spreading destruction with government policies and mass violence against the citizens and seizure of vital supplies for the exclusive use of the oligarchy.
In this world, it's every entity for itself. Profit above all else.
And in their blind pursuit, they lost sight of what truly mattered. In the midst of chaos, misinformation campaigns flourished. Fear and confusion were weaponized, undermining efforts to mitigate the crisis. Media conglomerates based their business models on spreading violent lies, while leaders and the officials used stochastic violence to pit one group against another. Trust eroded, and unity became a distant memory.
Divide, distract, and conquer. The truth is just another pawn.
Lies can be as destructive as the very forces they veil. As society unraveled, fear gave rise to lone gunmen. Blinded by anger, they sought scapegoats among their fellow humans, blaming them for the world's demise. Men walked into schools and religious observances and opened fire, taking out as many worshippers as they could, before ending their own lives to avoid capture.
Someone has to pay for this! Someone has to be held accountable!
But in their misguided rage, they only deepened the wounds of a broken world. The Earth's fury grew more relentless. Mass migrations from coastal cities to safer grounds led to overcrowded chaos, and the relentless barrage of superstorms flattened entire towns and refugee camps.
Where can we find safety when the very ground beneath us turns against us?
Nature's fury showed humanity's insignificance in the face of its own stupidity. As hope waned, desperation reached its zenith. The threat of nuclear war, once a distant nightmare, became an unthinkable reality.
If we can overwhelm their defenses in a single bold attack, we can seize their resources for our own use.
One ill-conceived first strike triggered massive retaliation, and major centers of production and commerce disappeared overnight. Losses from the war were staggering, but the collapse of major centers of production and the irradiation of farmland sealed humanity's fate. Whole states fell like dominoes, and the population losses were in the billions. Civilization did not survive. Enclaves and settlements, remnants of humanity's once thriving civilization, blinked out like distant stars. One by one, till the vast silence of oblivion prevailed. Governments and the immensely wealthy, arguably the portion of the populace most responsible for the extinction of all humanity, had established vast underground bunkers for favored personnel and themselves. But after the war, huge bombs of conventional explosives were set off, entombing the dwellers forever. Desperately established colonies on Mars and the Moon were the last settlements to cease all transmission. The world endured. Nature reclaimed its dominion, and life found a way to adapt, proving the resilience of all life on the planet. And the winds whispered through the forgotten ruins, the echoes of humanity's rise and fall served as a somber reminder, an elegy for what was, a cautionary tale for what could be.